What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Game 2 matchup on the Call of Duty League's major tournament, day 2. Today we're going to have the Toronto Ultra against the Minnesota Rokkr for Game 2 of the day. This game is going to be pretty legit. Bovada, for some reason, did not have the lines out today as of time of recording this. I don't know why they didn't have this game's lines out, but I think that the general consensus is that the Minnesota Rokkr is probably going to win this matchup. Based on how Toronto Ultra has been doing against in their previous games, last game they that's last series I should say. They went 3-2 in the match against London Royal Ravens, and that's honestly an indicator, that maybe they're not or they weren't doing too hot yesterday, you know. But who knows? I don't think that's really much of an indicator at all because the Dallas Empire also went 3-2 against the London Royal Ravens, and the Dallas Empire are one of the best teams in the league. So I'm not looking at those little things when I make my assumptions of prices. I just look at the pricings, the pricing discrepancies between the players and their actual skill level. So on the Toronto Ultra side, I'm looking at the prices. I basically just gave out picks. If I had to pick two players from those teams, who would I pick? I might have some of these picks. I'm obviously not gonna say each one of my picks. I'm just gonna say the best values for each team. So if I had to pick from the Toronto Ultra, who I think might not win, I actually think Minnesota Rokkr is gonna win. But if I had to pick somebody, I would really pick Methods, not because he has a huge upside, but because Methods has he's shown that he's one of those players that can consistently just break even at his price. He's never gonna do too bad at his price tag, and that's a good thing because that makes him a relatively safe bet. At $6,000 for the flex position, he actually isn't that bad. He posted 87 fantasy points last last series against the Gorillas, and against Paris he posted 70. So he's relatively a safe play. He's a very skilled player. He's kind of a veteran now. Um, Another player that I always look at when I'm looking at the Toronto Ultra is Cammy, because Cammy is literally the workhorse of that team. Cammy is honestly, I think, the best play on that team because he's, in my opinion, the best one there in that squad. He is very expensive at the cap position, 15,300 and 10,200 at the flex. Honestly, I'm not shy in using him because I know he will deliver. He hasn't had a game under 100 fantasy points so far this season. So if you can imagine, if you would have had him in your flex position each day that you played him, not flex position, captain position, he would have paid off. He would have paid off greatly because he's always hit 100 fantasy points. So his price tag is adequate for him. And being in a team where they have upside, sometimes they lose against some teams, sometimes they don't look too great, but that they always have the upside. So I'm going to avoid the team prices because I don't think they're going to sweep Minnesota Rokkr. I don't think they're going to do that. As for the Minnesota Rokkr side, I do very much like Priesta, even though he's burned me personally both of the times I've picked him. The reason I say that I still like him is because I know that sometimes when the seasons start, players don't start off too hot. It really takes them a couple games, it takes them a couple matches to get started. I know Priesta for a fact is a player that has the upside to do very, very good. He has the upside to do very, very good in any given game. And when his price is lowered to 7,400, it really lets me know hey, this might be a discrepancy because he's actually posted 100 plus fantasy points per game on the games where I don't have him. And it's been like 3 games where I didn't have him. And the only 2 games that I did have him, he posted 40 points. So that's crazy. Um, I don't know if I'm his bad luck or something, but at 7,400, Priesta looks like a solid play. He looks like a very solid play. I might put him in my lineups. I'm really considering it. Um, Attach is also a great value at 8,400 because Attach is a very smart player. He's a very good player as well. Um, I wouldn't use him in the cap position necessarily. He's only passed 100 points twice, and it was against both terrible teams, against Seattle and London Royal Ravens. Um, Seattle isn't terrible, but their chemistry is terrible right now. Um, yeah, Attach is a solid play. I just feel like he's a little bit too expensive, so I'm going to probably fade him. Um, Accuracy is a solid play too. Uh, Last game he posted 135 points against London. I don't know if he's gonna do that against Toronto, but he's a decent play at 9,400. At 14,100, I think there's better plays out there that will probably return value more certainly. So I'm gonna fade him in that position. And last but not least, Major Maniac. Good player, good player. I think Major Maniac, he has shown that. I feel like Major Maniac is too expensive at the captain position at 12,000. He's only shown that he could surpass 100 points last game against the London Royal Ravens, the worst team in the CDL. Prior to that, his highest was 92 fantasy points. So I think that at his price, he's very expensive as well. So if I had to pick 2 players or 3 players from this game, it would probably be Methods, Cami, Priesta, and Accuracy. Because these are the players that I feel are fairly priced and have the most upside and have the most possibility to return on the value that you pay for them. So, with that being said, if you found this video for the first time, I break down Draftkings fantasy prices for Call of Duty so that you can bet money and make money watching the esport you know and love. If you love Call of Duty, in the future I'm going to be supporting games like Halo and Valorant. So if you like the content, let me know. Like, subscribe, dislike. If you don't like the content, let me know so that I can make it better and help spread awareness about the esport that I know and love, as well as all the other esports I'm planning on supporting in the future. So if you like the content, remember, you know where to find me, and watch out for the next 2 videos I'm going to be releasing soon. Thank you.